Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, guys. Conor Benn just performed an absolute masterclass against Chris Eubank last weekend. I'm really glad that the fight ended the way it did because, bro, Conor looked levels beyond Chris last week. Because, bro, like, I'm still shocked that like Conor really pulled it off because, like, having this win over Chris, like, it means so much to him because, bro, like, he literally avenged his dad, like, and like, even after facing adversity, like, Chris took his undefeated record, like like he was against the wall. Conor in this fight, like most guys were predicting, like most top analysts were predicting Chris to win, if not win even better for this fight, right? And like the mind games of Chris Eubank, they were still coming, but the thing is, and I'm really glad that I got my prediction spot on for this fight because I was telling you guys that this Conor will not be the same. The Conor Benn we'll see Saturday is not the Conor who fought Chris for the first time, because this Conor, he ain't gonna be emotional. He's gonna be very disciplined in the ring, and he will win. He will drain down Chris. He will damage Chris round by round, not by emotion, not by trying his best to knock him out. And like when I saw the first knockdown, in the 12th round, bro, it was just like absolute perfection by Conor Benn, because doing that to someone like Chris Eubank at this stage, yeah, like the stakes were very high for Conor Benn, and it wasn't it wasn't like a Fabio Wardley performance. It wasn't like a kill or be killed moment. It was just calculated destruction. And, bro, and the thing is, moving forward, now, and honestly I believe right now Conor is the biggest pay-per-view king in British boxing right now, because this win over Chris. And the thing is, for this fight, during the ring walks and shit, like, the crowd were cheering for Conor Benn, and that's the thing that I'm a bit surprised, because obviously for the first fight, Chris was since Conor Benn tested positive, which delayed the fight, and that's the reason, that's the primary motive for why people were rooting against Conor, and people wanted Chris to win, because they thought of Conor as arrogant, and obviously a lot of people have problem with Eddie Hearn. But more than anything, I'm really glad that the fight ended the way it did, and because the thing is, like, this is the best possible outcome, because if Chris Eubank would have beaten Conor in this fight, right? Like, could you imagine the damage it would have dealt with, like the damage Chris would have done to Conor's legacy? Like, Conor's father Nigel Benn lost to Chris Eubank twice, and now Conor himself lost to Chris Eubank twice. So more than anything, I feel like, and the thing is, right, a lot of people are saying that they should do a trilogy, and in my opinion, that's absolute nonsense, absolute bullshit. Like, bro, like the people who are actually saying that a trilogy should happen is basically kind of like a Bivol Better Behave trilogy, though this was gonna be more one-sided. Like, or like, for example, Bivol Better Behave, right? If they do a trilogy, I'm predicting Bivol to win, because Bivol looked way better than Better Behave in the second fight. But in this fight, if they actually do a rematch, Conor knocks out Chris, and even if he doesn't, he'll win the exact same way that he did last Saturday, if not scoring even more knockdowns. So at this point, I really don't see the point of doing a trilogy. I feel like, Conor Benn, he already said he wants to move down to welterweight. He has a lot of good names, like Rolly Romero, Mario Barrios. A lot of amazing names. Even Ryan Garcia, David. A lot of good names. And to be honest, like, seeing, like, honestly, and Conor, right now I feel like, Conor moving up all these weight divisions to fight Chris. I feel like this really improved him. Like, this really like improved himself as a fighter. Like, now I feel like Conor is leveled up, and I feel like now at this point, like, this Conor will look much better at welterweight compared to the Conor that used to be at welterweight before fighting Chris. So now if he fights someone like Rolly, Javante, not, yeah, even Javante, I would say, they would not be like, Conor would not only give them a tough match, but to some people, to some fighters like David Haney, I feel like Conor would easily knock them out, because as we have seen from his recent fights, this guy he ain't messing about. Like now he's a new human being is what I'm saying, right? Like he's not that like the emotional charge, like the angry kid, the kid who got smashed with an egg by Chris Eubank. He's not that. Like he is a future world champion for sure, like Conor Benn. And as far as what's next for Chris Eubank goes, I highly doubt he will ever look as good as he did against Conor in the first fight, because bro, the first fight that really took something out of Chris Eubank. Like the damage that Chris took, and his toenail falling off, him getting so dehydrated, and obviously his bus being stopped from getting to the hospital by Eddie Hearn, right? Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. Obviously, and that was a sarcasm, of course. And like the thing is like the amount of damage and the limit that he forced his body to go to. Like I feel like that really took something out of him, something that can never be returned. And at this point, like I don't think he will ever look the same, Chris Eubank. And like, because he's already 37 years old. Like his best days are over in my opinion. Like after beating Conor, that was Chris's peak as far as like just career goes, right? So I don't know. Like like if he would have beaten Conor Benn, then obviously he could have moved into the big names like Canelo, Crawford, David Benavidez, a lot of people are saying even Dimitri Bivol. Like there are a lot of good guys at middle, super middle, and even cruiserweight, right? So, but the thing is now that he has lost to Conor Benn, like unless he retires, which I highly doubt he will, because he is still a huge pay-per-view king, and he will still make a lot of money even if his best days are over. So I like I don't want to see a guy as good as Chris getting going out on a loss, on such a harsh loss, especially. So I don't know what's next for him. I hope like a lot of people at this stage take comeback fights, basically like easy points, like just easy guys to KO. But I hope that's not the case with Chris, though. I feel like if he actually were to fight top level guys and like not take any comeback fights, then that would really end badly for Chris. But anyways, we'll see what happens. And the thing is also the weight cut, that's not gonna be an issue anymore for Chris Eubank. Anyways, thank you so much for watching up till this far. You guys make sure what you guys think, and inshallah I'll see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.